Hello, this is Mike, nostressmike.com, and I want to kind of talk a little bit how life goes. This is how oh reality, real life, how it works, and it the point I'm trying to get across is it doesn't matter how where you are on the social ladder. Uh, it, it doesn't matter any of this stuff. Uh, you know, how big you are, how rich and powerful you are. None of this matters. And now, let me see. How can I say this? For me, now it does for some people. It does, but for me, it doesn't make any difference. And the thing is, I've mentioned I've been self-employed all my life. Uh, most of it was restaurants, even though I've been in other businesses, but most of it was in the restaurant business. Now, there's been times that I've had taken care of people when we're closed, either before we open or they come in after we're closed, or, I mean, there's different situations. And now, what makes these situations work, and then like I say, sometimes I'll give them food that's not on the menu. I mean, there's just all kinds of things. I, I treat people special. And the reason is I like people. And I was real fortunate. My wife was just like me. She was self-employed all her life. And she knew how to take care of people. She took care of me really good. And she takes care of other people. And uh, you know how when you go to a restaurant, well, this is what you get. And when you order this, you go order this. And this is what you get. For us, we kind of give you a little more. I mean, no big deal. I mean, and we treated people special. That's the good thing about being in small business. And now, not only we did, and we did this to everybody. I mean, the trash guy. The trash people would try to come when we were there. The laundry guy. He would make it a point to come during the slow time where we had time to talk and socialize, and and I mean, we had politicians that would be in there. Like say, now the last place I had was a big fancy place. I mean, it was fancy, but we didn't run it any different than we did when we had our little mom and pop kind of places. And so, I got to know people. I mean, these are real people with real jobs, and and just being nice to people. And what was kind of interesting. Now, in my particular case, I've been doing it all my life, and I've learned a long time ago. I'm being nice to people not for what I can get out of them. This is what you have to watch out. There's some people that are only nice when they can get something out of you. And it is noticeable when you get people in power that have some kind of power. They think they got power. And, in the way of politicians, law enforcement, people that own, some kind of businesses. I don't remember the guy, but they had the guy that owns Amazon. He came into my restaurant and stuff like that. But but we're nice to everybody. It doesn't make any difference. I mean, even judges, everybody. It doesn't make any difference. But some of the people will kind of take advantage of you. So that's what you have to watch out for when you're being nice to people. They'll try to take advantage of you. And some people, once they get taken advantage of like that, then they withdraw and they don't like being around people. They don't like being nice to people and stuff like that. Once you get burned, I've been burned so many times, it's no big deal. But like I say, I know the people. You can tell them as you get older. You've been burned a few times. You start learning the people, the way they act and stuff like that. You can tell this is just a short-term thing. They just want to be treated special, and you know, they're not going to be around anymore after that. They move on to greener grass or whatever. And once you are aware of that and you understand that, then, like I say, you can be nice and get along with. I mean, we'd give them here, have another round of drinks, So, you know what I mean, and it's surprising how just being that little bit of nice, and just like I say, I give stuff to people a lot, and just that little bit of being nice makes a difference. A lot of times I'm doing it to somebody that I'll never see again. And I know the people that are with me find it amazing how I can be so nice and giving to people that I'll never see again. But there's been times when, yes, I'll never see them again, but every once in a while, I'll see them again. And they remember me, and they remember that, I'm just a nice guy. And everybody does it to a certain extent, some way or another. I mean, I've known people, they're servers, and they're really nice. They make me feel I'm special. And so, I know, I'll never see them again. They never seen me, but they make me feel special, either, some way or another. And it could be little things, even a smile. There's all kinds of ways to make people feel good. And this is something that it's harder to do nowadays. People are more closed up, and it's just really strange. And just kind of like I mentioned when I had my restaurants, there'd be people in transit that are going from West Coast to the East Coast or something like that, and they don't have any money, and they'll come in and say, well, we're traveling, we're hungry, and hey, no problem. And then I give them some work, and then give them some food, and then give them some money. Really what they wanted was just some food, but I just give them some money too, get some gas money to get them on down the road. And I used to do that a lot. They don't do that anymore. As far as I know, they didn't. Now, when I was younger, I took a trip when I was younger, and it was just nothing but helping people. Restaurants, when I needed food, I'd help out at a restaurant, give me some food, and get a gas station, help clean their tools and put their tools away and stuff like that. They'd give me free gas, fill up my gas tank on a motorcycle, so it's no big deal. But still, they're being nice. And but like I say, you don't see that anymore. Even hitchhiking. There used to be a lot of hitchhikers, and I don't think it's illegal, and now they got all these weird stories, oh, you pick up somebody, they're going to kill you and stuff like that, so there's all kinds of stuff. But there's many ways of being nice to people, and it doesn't cost you anything, doesn't really cost you any money. A little bit when I had my businesses, some of the stuff it cost, and now the stuff I give away, it costs me money, but it's not that big a thing. Being nice is really something that it makes everybody, puts a big old smile on everybody. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention this to you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.